be the man that will win the match today for Liverpool, if anybody does. He is a fantastic goal scorer. There is something very special.
I agree with that.
The pitch is perfect. You know, it really is a tremendous responsibility for a young man like that. Bear in mind when we're talking about Cole is not a chicken anymore, he's 24. I mean, he's not a granddad, but nevertheless, Fowler is a young, highly talented, promising player who it may be that England for the next 10 years may never be able to do without if he continues to progress at the rate at which he's done so far.
I think Fowler is as good as I've ever seen at getting a yard in the box. Anybody I've ever played with or against, Fowler is as good as anybody.
What sort of instructions do you get before you come out to play in a final like this? Is it, you know, go and have your best shot and enjoy yourself, lads? Is it that sort of...
manager, doesn't it? Depends who the manager is. Some of them rant and rave, and others are quiet, and others give you the big sort of Churchill-type speech.
Right.
Yeah.
And others say nothing.
That's right, and the players can be different as well. You know, some of them are banging and shouting. I never liked that, you know. I used to just sit in the corner and take it easy because, you know, you're under enough pressure as it is.
But all the tactics that got out of the way
the
previous week, there's not much of that goes on. But a few reminders, sort of,
you'll
look after him.
You'll go on about specific things in the game that might occur, and, you know, and we'll say be tight here, and if you get a chance here, take it. But as Gary says, it'll just be enjoy yourself. Go out and enjoy yourself.
For me, the important thing is to instill belief and make players relax. Because it's not about motivating someone today. I mean, if these players need motivating for this sort of match, such a huge occasion as this, that they wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. Today, especially with so many young players, the manager's job will be to relax them before the game, to instill confidence and belief in the way they're playing and what they've got to do on the field.
I think this is different from any game I ever played in the FA Cup final. You know,
you've played a few.
And I've played a few. I mean, it's just a one-off.
Did it worry you beforehand?
Oh, nervous wreck beforehand. I mean, going out on the pitch.
And during, did you find you could enjoy it once you're out there?
No, once you get at the tunnel, like it's like a big release. You know, the nerves go, and the only way you're going to enjoy it is if you win. You know, you don't enjoy it if you get beaten, that's for sure.
And the first touch is vitally important for a player, isn't it? I mean, you don't want to make a mess up of the first kind of...
First touch was never any good. Never any good.
The one you made last night.
Oh, thanks.
But that's important for a player to feel his confidence sort of early on in the match, yeah?
Yeah, you want an early touch, and you want to make it a good one. You want a nice bit of control and play it nice and simple, get it back, and that's important. I think that from a Liverpool point of view, they'll have a lot of possession today, and I think it's been a bit of weakness in the game that when they have a lot of possession, they tend to relax too much. And this is a great passing pitch. You know, if you're a good passing team, you can have the ball all day in this pitch.
They're both good passing teams, aren't they?
Yeah, but Manchester United play a different game to Liverpool. When Manchester United lose it, they'll just get back in position. Whereas Liverpool, I think Liverpool have a lot of the ball today, and sometimes that can cause them problems because they just relax a bit. If you start thinking, well, hey, I'm doing well today, and you just lose a bit of concentration. With somebody like Cantona there, you know, just needs one pass or one little bit of inspiration, and the ball's in the back of the net.
Jimmy, do you feel that the fact that United have clinched the title, that they'll play with a bit more relaxation, a bit more fun about it, perhaps, not worry them so much? But there's another pressure, isn't it? Because they want the double.
It could go both ways. I mean, it can work for you or against you. One of the things, the difference between being a player in the dressing beforehand and being a manager, I found at times that there's a tendency, because the manager has nothing to do, as Alan says, your tactics are all lined up. If you haven't got your free kicks and things worked out by that time, you're not going to do anything from then on. And the great danger is that as a manager, you communicate unconsciously nervousness to a team. And sometimes it's better.
Really tense.
I mean, well, he looks the relaxed fellow out there, but he didn't look the relaxed fellow when he answered the first question. You know, have you got, what's the team this afternoon? I'm not telling you. You know what I mean? He could have said, forgive me, you know, it's I don't believe in a different manner.
To do the double
it communicated to me nervousness. And the managers, I think, sometimes it's better to disappear, find somewhere else to go, hide yourself, and let the players relax in their own company, which I think they do much better.
Right, there's so much at stake for both sides. Obviously, the intense rivalry between the supporters. Manchester United going for a double-double that's never been done, and they've got to beat Liverpool, who, if they're beaten in this game, will end up winning nothing. So
it's prediction time, folks. What's your hunch, Alan?
Well, I'm going to go for Liverpool. I said Liverpool before the start of the competition, but I don't go with a great deal of conviction.
Gary?
Pretty much the same, really. We both tipped Liverpool at the start of the competition, and for no other reason than that, I'll stay with them. But I think if these two teams played 10 times, they'd probably win about 5 apiece.
Yeah.
And it's on the day. It's which players handle it,
turn
the
on
breaks,
one incident or something, won't it?
refereeing decision, could be anything. I mean, it's
Yeah.
impossible to predict. We don't know. We haven't got a clue.
It's just a hunch.
As
It's just a
usual.
bit of fun. The viewers like the opinions.
Liverpool, then.
Yeah, Liverpool.
We have to
Liverpool.
come down one side or the other, and I'm not going to break the sequence on the basis that Robbie Fowler. Well, if it's Robbie Fowler or Cole's going to win the match, I mean, Robbie Fowler, bear in mind, has had an illustrious past. He once scored 5 goals against Fulham, and anybody who did that should have no trouble against Manchester United.
Well, I'll go for United then, on the basis I will look real smart if I'm right.
You'll be laughing at the end.
So there we are.
Yeah.
So there we are. We're all set then for the big occasion, the 1996 FA Cup final, sponsored by Littlewoods, of course. Manchester United against Liverpool. Time to join our commentary team now of Trevor Brooking and first Barry Davis.
While the supporters making themselves heard immediately as the players who have been warming up make their way to the dressing room for the last few words from the managers, and the pre-match entertainment is about to start. With a vengeance, it would seem. We're about to be entertained by pupils from St Gregory's High School in Brent. I don't think the ones we were looking at just a few moments ago. And the G-Force dancers, who presumably were the ones we were looking at a moment ago. Good, there's a very friendly atmosphere at the moment in the stadium. Long may that continue. In the foreground, the bands of the Blues and Royals and the lifeguards. Well, there's been a lot of talk about youth in this cup final. Certainly youth at the moment has the stage to itself. Dancers with plenty of G-force. Be expecting that we're going to see those placards well employed. And if you look down from above, you can see the Littlewoods FA Cup. Although I doubt it too many around the Wembley Stadium can actually see that. The theme tune of G-Force. Sir Bert Millerchip, chairman of the FA, in the background there. We could do with one of our gymnastics commentators, Mitch Fenner, who's the expert on this. youngsters peel off to either end to form the crests of the respective clubs. Manchester United at the tunnel end and Liverpool at the far end. Final pieces of the Manchester United crest.
Right, Liverpool fans, scarves in the air, we need your help with this one.
We're about to start the famous anthem of Liverpool Football Club, sung by Jerry and the Pacemakers, of course.
That was loud. That was Liverpool.
The Anfield Cop
Manchester United,
has moved to
it's
Wembley
your
for the day.
turn.
All the singing then from the tunnel end. Now the supporters of Manchester United. Cantona rules the Evans. Glory, glory, Man United. And at the risk of upsetting one or two Manchester United supporters, may I suggest that some might have been borrowed from a club in North London? I think it would be better if that banner was up the other way, young man. I beg your pardon, madam. players await, but the crowd still in full voice, enjoying themselves before they hope the team will enjoy the day. And I think in the contest between the two sets of supporters, we could call that a score draw. Certainly plenty in good voice. So the children make their way away. One little youngster bringing up the rear. Just managed to catch up in time. Just a kindly word from his teacher. Well, thanks to the pupils of St Gregory's High School in Brent and the G-Force dancers who preceded them.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the words
Now
on page 5 of your match
we return to something rather more familiar, something which dates back to 1927, as the bands of the Blues and Royals and the Lifeguards move into position for the playing of Abide With Me. I could only say that somebody somewhere has got the timing all wrong, as the players who had been asked to wait in the tunnel for so long now come out onto the pitch before the strains of Abide With Me had been completed. They were called from the dressing room too early, but there's no doubt now about the warmth of the welcome they're receiving from the two sets of supporters for this 115th FA Cup final. Familiarity will not in any way breed contempt for Alec Ferguson. He loves the moment. It's something new for his opposite number. Roy Evans, who's taken his position to the right as we now look. The royal guests waiting as the teams have lined up. Duke and Duchess of Kent, who contribute so much in their role with the sporting calendar. The Duchess recently at the boat race, and with her husband always present at Wimbledon, and now coming to meet the teams. She waits. Subert Midachip went to John Barnes, but first the national anthem. First to the Liverpool team, with the captain John Barnes making the introductions. Stan Collymore, Rob Jones, Steve McManaman. He's been man of the match here twice in the League Cup and the FA Cup. Mark Wright, Jamie Redknapp, one of the newcomers, as is Jason McAteer. Plenty of experience on the pitch, but also some for whom this is something new. Not for John Scales there, he was in the Wimbledon side, but certainly new for Robbie Fowler. Ian Rush, well, he's almost had a season ticket. And the Duke staying long to talk to him. Tony Warner, the substitute goalkeeper. Michael Thomas had hoped to be in the starting lineup. And here now, Roy Evans, 47 years old, his third season in charge. And a man who's been at Liverpool seemingly all his life. And the role now falls to Eric Cantona. Proud man, I'm sure. David Beckham. David May had to sweat on it a little bit. Nicky Butt, who has a loser's medal last year. Roy Keane. Gary Pallister, whose place was in doubt because of back problems. Andy Cole, who got the nod from the man immediately to his left, right as we look. Young Scholes, Lee Sharp gets in, and so does the other Neville. Haven't I seen you before, the Duke might perhaps be saying to Alec Ferguson. Third year running, and now the officials. Referee Dermot Gallagher and the two linesmen. Tony Bates, Peter Walton. And the fourth official, Paul Durkin. It's the last time for Sir Bert Midachip, who retires in the summer. And he'll be 82 years in August. Really doesn't look anything like that age. Certainly he has served the game of football well. But I'm sure, like the rest of us, he's hoping that the organisation for the European Championship will be a great deal better than what we've just seen. It is a magnificent sight. Which of the teams will grace it the better? The choice for Roy Evans, had to think about whether it was going to be Babb or Ruddock, but otherwise I think he knew his team from reasonably early in the week. And Trevor, this is how you think they're going to play.
Well, I think we know both sides so well, don't we? I think Jamie Redknapp, John Barnes, a big responsibility on those two to compete against Butt and Keane, who tackle so well in that central midfield. McAteer as well, wonderful crosser of the ball down the right-hand side, but will he be too occupied looking after Ryan Giggs in the other direction? So many potential match winners. Let's see who's going to come up trumps.
Manchester United If you've joined us late, the verdict in the end went to David May in place of Steve Bruce, who's not recovered from the hamstring injury, is not even on the bench. And Andy Cole starts with Paul Scholes on the bench, along with Gary Neville and Lee Sharp.
Well, again, they're fairly straightforward with their sort of 4-4. And Gab Cantona just withdrawn. Andy Cole, I think probably his pace was the reason perhaps he got ahead of Scholes in that final selection, and he has missed chances perhaps during the season, but what an occasion it would be if he ended up the hero today. But so many good supply lines coming from midfield and even the back as well, if Irwin and Philip Neville can get forward from those wide positions.
Dermot Gallagher is 38 years old. Not that much older than John Barnes, although John likes to tell you he's still got plenty of life in him yet. He enjoys all this. He's not one of those players who desperately wants to get on with it. And we wait for the famous Frenchman. More joy yet for the sinner who repenteth. You call. Remember to change the banners. Such expectancy. Not much more that Ferguson can do now. Rarely has so much been asked by so many to 22, and if necessary the substitutes. For the supporters, I suppose, what matters is the result, and today the word result means a win, but the rest of us hoping for something more to grace Wembley and to leave us with a cup final we'll always remember. Away we go. Cole's first touch, John Scales with him. Two arriving in the box, but quite late. Eric Cantona. The booing, like the envy that Manchester United have to put up with, has to be taken as a compliment. Keane. And Philip Neville couldn't put the brakes on. Indicative of confidence that he was looking for a more forward ball than that. And Jackie Milburn's fastest goal at Wembley at 45 seconds has survived. We passed the 45-second mark. Roy Keane, Nicky Butt. First test for Bamp.